Welcome, everybody, to Star Wars Happy Hour number 18 with the Followers of the Force. Tonight, it is myself, Meg, and Emily. Wow, that was quick.
My husband got him. They got to him before I did.
Gotcha. So, it is not Saturday. It is Sunday. We rescheduled because we're just very busy this weekend. And, life and trying to get things lined up, things happen, and so we're here tonight, and we hope to have a fun show, which we always do, no matter how many of us are on here. So Meg, you have not been with us in a little bit.
Yeah.
So how does it feel?
Oh, it feels so great. I missed you guys. So
we missed you.
We did.
Yeah. Life is like weird sometimes. And sometimes, you just gotta have your Saturdays back for a minute.
Yes. Absolutely. Absolutely. So I mean, I feel like a good place to start is asking you, how have you felt about the Bad Batch the last couple weeks?
It's so good. It's so good. So I try so hard to manage my expectations.
Yes.
But within like the first 2 minutes of the first episode, I was like, all right, I don't care what happens. I am sold. I am in 112%.
Yes.
It's like, to me, it just feels like some combination of like every animated show that we've gotten so far, but like all of the best parts of them. Which just goes to show like what they've learned in all that they're doing, and like just like the story and the character. I love everyone. I just want everyone to be safe and happy and get to where they need to go. And it's just, the episodes are so short, but they go by so fast, and it's it's so good. I'm so pleased.
Let me throw up a banner here because we're gonna get into some spoilers. And for those that haven't caught up, I don't want to spoil for you, because then nobody would talk to me. So here we go. All right, spoiler talk. I'm going to give you guys 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fennec Shand in this most recent episode, and a couple of Star Wars Resistance appearances with Clink and the species that is Buggles, Toradoza's pet space dog, if you want to just call it that.
I didn't know that. I haven't watched Resistance, so I didn't catch that.
Awesome. So that was a cool tie-in. But what was your guys' favorite part of Friday's episode? Whoever wants to take that first.
I don't know. I just watched it this morning, and I was like live tweeting as I watched it because it had been enough where I felt like most people who cared about spoilers had seen it. And then I reread it, and I'm like, I commented on each of the Bad Batch without even realizing it, because I just love all of them, and they're all doing their own thing. And I don't know. Like, I don't even have a favorite anymore, I don't think, because I love all of them. And Fennec Shand, like, at first I'm like, she does something during the car chase, speeder chase, and where she like throws the driver out, and I'm like, oh, she probably actually killed that guy. Like, that's pretty dark. And then she just shoots the guy.
Yeah, she was not holding back.
Well then, okay, Star Wars. Okay. I'm like, do we have a body count for this one? At least 2, probably more.
Oh my god, when she threw that guy out of the speeder, I was like, wait, he's probably not okay.
Right? I'm like, there's no way that he survived that.
Yeah, that was quite the moment. And I mean, that entire scene was like, every time I see the next episode each week, they just elevate the animation to a whole other level.
Yeah.
And this episode was no exception, because even the opening looks like the opening to a movie. That opening shot of the ship in space looks phenomenal.
Yeah.
Like, I could not tell it was animation. Not one bit. It was insane.
Yeah, and like the depth perception, I don't know. The depth that they do.
Yeah.
It's so different from any other animated show. It like really makes it look beautiful and like more real, because it's not like, it's always been 3D animation, but the way that they do like focusing in the foreground or background really makes it look real.
Yeah. And another thing that I've noticed them do really well is, and I gave the episode a little bit of flack when I saw the description in the morning. I'm like, how many episodes in Clone Wars, Rebels, not so much Resistance, but there's always an episode where they have to go on a supply run.
Yeah.
Like, I've seen that description so many times, and I'm like, oh my God, can't we just have another thing that we have to do? But it was good.
Yeah, and
it was really good.
It makes sense as like the conflict you need to start the plot.
Yeah, right.
They need food.
Right. They need food. They need fuel. They need a part for something. But sometimes I'm just like, can we just, like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Just do something different. But they made me eat my words, because it was probably my second favorite episode this far. Like, it was super good.
It was really good. I'm curious to know why Omega was the only target and who hired Fennec Shand.
Yeah.
I need to rewatch the last 2 episodes, because I feel like I haven't watched them really deeply.
Yeah.
Yeah, same.
But
I don't remember if they said, because again, I've only watched each episode one time. I haven't gone back. So if anybody in the comments, if you know who put out that bounty,
or if you have theories.
Yeah, or if you have theories, that's right. That is also a good idea. But yeah, and I mean, we're already going to be 5 episodes in, which is nuts.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Next Friday. For a 16 episode season, and there's still so much that we saw in the trailer that hasn't happened yet, namely Rex appearing. Yeah. So how do you hope Rex factors into this story? Obviously, I feel like he could shed light on Order 66, because nobody knows what it is. As far as, that crew, and just like what has happened.
I was thinking about that this morning, and I realized that Echo doesn't know what happened to Fives. So I think that Rex will be the one to tell Echo that story. I don't know if we'll get that on screen, but that could be how he tells them about Order 66, is to lead in with Fives.
That would be,
and how like sad that would be.
That would be very sad.
Yeah.
Very sad. It's not Star Wars if you don't cry.
Right.
It's true.
So.
Yeah. Hi, Mom, in the chat.
That is
Glad
awesome.
You can make it.
Oh.
That is awesome. Okay, so we got Rex, and we also have to find out how Omega comes about that bow that she has.
I forgot about that.
Because still doesn't have it.
Yeah.
Where she gets it, don't know.
They go to Dathomir?
I feel like,
because I know that a lot of people think that's where the bow is from.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
That would be pretty cool.
We haven't been there in a long time, not counting Jedi Fallen Order, but it feels like this would be the perfect show to go deeper into some of these places that we haven't been to in a very long time, and see how things have changed.
Yeah.
It would be very, very interesting. And if they were to go to Dathomir, it would be really cool if they brought in, and for those of you that play Jedi Fallen Order, one of the fan favorite characters, Night Sister Merrin, in that game, if she showed up in, in one of those episodes, I think that'd be really cool. Not that she would stay with him, but
it would be cool.
Yeah.
It is interesting to see how the worlds have changed, because I didn't even picture Pandora like that at all. Yeah, and like because Senator Tucci, it's hard to say. She was like, she was no Padme, but she kind of leaned that way, where she was actually like had a brain in her head. And to see all the people of Pandora like celebrating the end of the war and kind of like celebrating the Empire, like they seem very pro Empire.
Yeah,
kind of surprised me a little.
Yeah.
It was an odd, like not odd, but it was surprising because you figure just how quickly things seem to have like changed overnight. Like you would think people would be like, wait a second, it is a little quick to have like some sort of regime change, whether or not it's still the same thing, just renamed differently. We need to take a step back and like look at this. Which that's another thing. How do you guys feel about the way they're slowly introducing the Empire? Like with the chain codes thing, you can tell obviously the clones are a little more hardened with the way they're dealing with people. Like, how do you guys think they're handling that?
I love it.
Yeah, I think it makes a lot of sense. You go on, Meg.
Oh, I just love, like, this is my favorite like era in this period of Star Wars. Like, the transition between the Republic and the Empire, and like how different it is, and like what steps they take to like assert themselves, and who's with it at first, and then how does their like viewpoint change over time when they realize like, oh, maybe the Empire isn't so great. And who's like that from the beginning. Like, I just love that. It's one of many reasons I love Rebels, because it's kind of like that. It's further out than we are now, but I love like how they're doing this. Like, you get we've gotten like a little bit of it every episode, where like you're going to different places in the galaxy and you realize like it's not just one planet, it's not just one population, it's everywhere, that they're just completely taking over everything. And they're doing it in that way where like they're the good guys now. Like, they're making everyone think that they're taken care of and everything is good, and that's exactly what they want everyone to think. And I'm so pleased.
Yeah, and it's like after a certain amount of time with all of the new regulations and strict guidelines and laws and things like that, like I suspect we'll see more and more people realize like, oh, this isn't a great thing.
Right.
But it does make sense for them to like be in support of it right now, because like their senators really did vote for this to happen.
Right.
Like, it's not like Palpatine just like came in out of nowhere. Like, they all think he's a hero at this point.
Yeah.
It's for Saw Gerrera.
Right. It's really amazing how being able to frame an event or something your own way, how that can help you. Just by his speech, you think, oh, the Jedi attacked him, like they're these traitors. It's a traitorous order now, and now they need to be wiped out. And of course you're going to believe it because, you seem to have evidence right in front of your face that they did this. Whereas, whoever knows the full story knows that that's not true. But before we go any further, Emily, I need you to tell us about your cool birthday card.
My mom sent me for a birthday card. It was really neat. It was a YouTube video of like the Star Wars opening that like was birthday themed.
Okay.
And had like all the different like original characters like Chewbacca and Han Solo and everyone like wishing you happy birthday. It was really cute. It was really cute.
That's awesome.
A lot of people sent me Star Wars themed birthday things.
As they should.
Like my workplace, they always do like e-cards that everyone signs, and the one they sent me had like Darth Vader on the cover, and I'm like, they know me so well.
Oh gosh. I remember, oh geez, this must have been, let's see, when did I quit that job? It was 2017. So maybe probably 2015 or 2016. I think it was a Secret Santa thing. Whoever got me, they got me a Darth Vader bobblehead, which I still have.
Oh.
And I was like, yep, you guys, you did good.
Yep.
Clearly I talked about Star Wars too much. So
no.
you guys know.
Yeah. Meg, was it you who mentioned the other day where your coworkers knew you like Star Wars, but not that much?
Oh, how did this happen? Oh, so every week, like, because it's a completely remote company, so we do everything like through Slack, and every Friday is like a why is my brain not coming up with words? Someone posts like a question or like a topic of discussion or whatever, and that week had been Star Wars Day. So the whole theme was like, are you a Star Wars fan? What's your history with Star Wars? Do you like it? And I jokingly posted, what did I say? I was like, I'm sort of a fan, not just kind of casual. And my team that I work with knew that was a lie. So they called me out in the chat and they're like, excuse me, I think you need to be truthful about this. So all I did was I posted a picture of my bookshelf, and now the entire company knows. It's fine.
Oh my gosh.
It's fine.
Well, I mean, that bookshelf is impressive.
It really is.
I'm yep.
There's a lot.
I just got sad because I realized I didn't put all the stuff back on it, but yes.
There's more?
Well, like all my Funkos are sitting like right here because I'm trying to move things around. Yeah.
Gotcha.
But it's, it took a long time to put it together. I'm proud of it.
Good.
Yeah.
So I know that we had a prequel related topic for Words Between Worlds on Friday, but I feel like being able to just go off the cuff, which we normally do on every show, but still, it's 16 years since Revenge of the Sith, and it is 22 since The Phantom Menace.
Yeah.
Which it pains me to say that, I think I posted this on Twitter the other day. On the 40th anniversary of the Revenge of the Sith, I'll be 49.
Oh no.
Which hurts me. So what do you guys remember about going to see either movie? If you saw, either movie opening night or opening weekend, or at any point during its theatrical run.
I don't think I saw them opening weekend, but I did see both of them in theaters. I don't think I saw Attack of the Clones in theaters. I don't even know if I had seen Attack of the Clones all the way through before I saw Revenge of the Sith. But I guess I had just turned 6 when Phantom Menace came out. And I remember going. I remember falling asleep. Because I was 6 years old. But I do remember seeing it, and it was really cool. And then by the time that Revenge of the Sith came out, I think I was 12. And like I went with a lot of like my friends and family, and it was an event. I don't know if you guys remember, but like even Star Wars fans who weren't Star Wars fans, like just people who knew about Star Wars, like everyone became a Star Wars fan when that movie came out. Like it was a really big deal. So we all went and just loved it. I think I like probably cried the whole way through, even though I didn't really know any of the I had probably seen the original trilogy by then, like before. I don't know. I didn't watch it linearly though.
Right.
It was probably more like 1, 4, 5, 6, 3, 2.
Wow.
And then the sequel.
Oh, no.
Interesting. I'm gonna watch the movies like that one day and see how that plays out.
Yeah. Because we at the church we went to then, our like youth group leaders were really big Star Wars fans, and we had a Star Wars themed lock-in, I remember, around the time that Revenge of the Sith happened. And so we watched some of the movies then. We had a scavenger hunt, which was really cool. And like at the end of the scavenger hunt, you like found his R2-D2. And I'm the one who found it. I won the scavenger hunt.
Wow.
There were trivia games and everything. So really that lock-in kind of solidified the whole Star Wars thing for me.
Oh, nice. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Meg, what about you?
Yeah, so I don't think I could be totally wrong. I have no idea. I would have to ask. But I don't think I saw The Phantom Menace in theaters. My brother was like a month old. Pretty sure at least my dad still went because it's Star Wars. I mean, I saw it plenty of times after the fact to make up for that because it's all my brother ever watched. It's fine. But I did see Revenge of the Sith in theaters, not right when it came out, but I do remember going, and I was already like a pretty big fan at that point. So it was like it was the first Star Wars movie. It must have been the first Star Wars movie I ever saw in theaters. Now that I am thinking more about it, because I was really into it. And I'm pretty sure I wouldn't have gone if my dad didn't already know that. But I loved it. I loved watching it in theaters and then like being able to like get the DVD whenever that was and just watch all the special features. And I don't remember a lot about like actually being in the theater watching it, but I wish I did because I'm pretty sure it was probably a very unique experience. I probably still cried. I mean, I have no memory, but judging by how much I cry now every time I watch it, it probably happened.
Yeah. It'll get you. I mean, let's see. Phantom Menace, I was 3, although I still remember a couple things. And I know I've told this story many times. I'm sorry to repeat myself for like the 50th time. But the 2 things I remember from the Phantom Menace, seeing that in the theater, is there were these 2 guys, one dressed up as Qui-Gon, another one as Darth Maul. And they were dueling in front of the screen before the movie started.
Oh my God.
And I was just like, all right, this is cool. And then the other snapshot I remember is Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan meeting Jar Jar on Naboo in the forest. For whatever reason, those are the 2 moments that stick out in my mind. And then for Revenge of the Sith, I just remember very vividly where I was.
Oh no, David, you froze.
Like, oh no.
Okay, you're back.
I'm back. Am I back? Can you hear me? Okay.
Yes.
I remember I made it 29 minutes. That was good.
Yeah.
I remember very vividly where I was sitting for Revenge of the Sith. It was like middle row, probably about 4 seats in from the right. It was me and my dad, and we were just like sandwiched in between a bunch of other people. And I remember R2 burning up the super battle droids, getting a huge laugh from the audience. And then, oh geez, what else was there? Probably the fight on Mustafar. I think that's probably what I remember the most about it. Same with Attack of the Clones. It was the moment Yoda got his lightsaber with the Force about to fight Dooku.
Yeah. I did see that scene with Yoda and Dooku on the television in the living room as my mom watched it. I think probably before I saw episode 3. So like I had seen that scene.
Yeah. Okay. Which then when you see him fight the Emperor, you're probably like, oh, that makes sense.
Yeah. I'm like, all right. Well, who knows what I had seen of Yoda since then. I don't know I don't know when I watched the original trilogy in this.
That's fair. But here's the question that I think everybody wants, or the answer to a question everybody wants to know. When did your hatred for Yoda begin? I think that's the question here.
I think recently.
Okay. So it's not a long held.
No, it's developed over time.
It's developed. Is it still developing?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Oh no!
Once you start this train, you can't get off.
Oh no!
Oh man!
I think probably within the last 2 or 3 years, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I in Time Hop, I had a tweet about it that was like a year or two ago. Like, Yoda isn't really that great.
Oh my God.
Oh no, it was okay. I was replying to, I think Girls with Sabers maybe a year ago, where they were talking about a different character, and I'm like, I'm fine with that character. I have more problems with Yoda.
Do you remember like any response that you got?
I don't. No? It's just
Wow.
Because like in Time Hop, you only see like
right. I'm
like,
wow.
I don't know what I was talking about, but
I need you one day just to be like, you know what, guys, Yoda sucks in all caps, and just see what comes of it. Star Wars Twitter is the best place. I mean,
oh yeah,
nobody's gonna come after you.
Super receptive, and
no one's gonna,
will embrace you with open arms.
Oh geez, I'm trying to think of a character that is. Oh, I think I mentioned it. Akbar. I don't get it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
He's
I don't
cool.
get it.
He has a cool character design, especially like in the original trilogy when you hadn't seen a lot of other creatures like that before.
It's not so much like the character design and what he is there for. I'm just like, why were so many people angry that he didn't get the send-off that he deserved in The Last Jedi?
Yeah.
Like he wasn't on that level for me. I was just like, all right, he's part of part of the resistance. People are going to die that way, unfortunately.
Yeah. I think it's just that there are so few like characters that are from the original trilogy that you have to. Maybe I should.
Carly, you bring up a great suggestion. I love that.
Oh my
God. What was I saying? There's so few characters left where you don't know how their story ends, and at this point, it's been so long that any of those characters are going to be beloved, and so like anytime you do a death in canon, like it's going to be a big deal, no matter how big the character was in the original trilogy.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to pose a question to everybody here. Well, maybe best isn't the right word. Because it's really not like a best, we'll just say impactful. All right, here we go. And y'all in the comments play along. Oh wait, I need to amend this. My phone, no, that's fine. All right. What are your answers? Most impactful Star Wars death. Who died? And it made you feel like died? I can't go on.
I can't go on. I guess I can go on a lot. I mean, definitely Fives. That was the one that, really stuck, because he was right, and to be killed by his own brothers, just the worst thing that could have happened to him.
Yeah.
So.
Fives.
Right.
Yeah. Meg, what about you?
Despite the fact that I don't believe she's actually gone, Phasma.
Yeah.
It hurts me still. I #Phasma lives, always and forever, until I'm for sure 100% proven wrong. However, assuming for the moment that she's no longer with us, it is something that I will never ever get over. I will hurt because of this death for the rest of forever.
So, Carly says Ben Solo for her. Well, that one, I did not enjoy seeing that happen. I'm trying to think because I know there's a moment. I forget.
I got another one.
Okay, go.
For some reason, even though I'm not really that attached to this character, Ki-Adi-Mundi, his eyes in that moment.
Oh, stop it.
Gut me.
Yeah.
When he realizes that his clone troopers have turned on him. Like, oh, yeah, that one gets me. Of all the Jedi and the Order 66 thing, like it's that and it's Boga the fractal. Her little cry as she falls off the cliff. That's
I'm like actually
yeah.
I know my answer.
It's pretty bad.
Oh my god.
And it's not even a main character. It's not even a character that has more than a minute of screen time. It's the freaking Ewok that gets blown up, and his friend tries to wake him up, and he doesn't wake up.
Oh,
I can't watch it.
Yep.
I can't watch it. I'm gonna cry.
I'm already tearing up.
That one's pretty harsh.
Just trying to run away, Wasn't even fighting. But what did he get? He got blown up.
They didn't even ask for it, okay?
No.
They just lived there.
He got blown up. All right. It took us 38 minutes to just sob on the stream, so
cry every
better
day.
than most days. Carly, I don't know. Why are we? I feel like it just has to happen.
Yeah. Also, the Zillow Beast. I know we talked about this last week.
The Zillow Beast, yes.
I mean, like, it's totally a Godzilla, King Kong.
Right.
Not ripoff, homage, but it's just one. It hurts me, and two, we don't even know why. We don't know why the Emperor wanted it.
Right.
I don't know. I really don't know.
I'm sad.
All right, let's keep the tears flowing. Who was like the? Because I'm trying to think. It's always the side characters that didn't do anything wrong.
Right.
That always
innocent
die.
Ones.
Yeah, every time. R4 in Revenge of the Sith in the opening battle just gets his head blown off.
Yeah.
And you hear the scream as his head goes tumbling into space.
Oh,
yeah.
God.
It's bad. It's bad.
Yeah. But that one has always been slightly comedic.
I mean, yeah, but still, you feel bad.
You feel bad. Yeah.
You feel bad.
But the droids in season 7 of Clone Wars that help Ahsoka escape.
And then they get shot.
And then they all get shot.
Okay, I forgot about that.
Morbid.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Was
like it's so morbid they can't even show, like, what's happening, but they can't even show it because it's like it would be too much. Even though they showed in the Bad Batch that guy just gets shot today. Like the droids being shot would be too much.
Oh my god. I can't. All right. Let's stay on the topic of death. No, just kidding.
Well, let's turn it around and favorite death.
Oh my god.
The one that just really gets you fired up.
Favorite Star Wars death. Also, probably, unpopular opinion, but I feel like the way Grievous went out, I kind of feel bad for him in a way.
Yeah.
Just getting like all like with the fire and stuff. I'm like, all right.
Going up through the eyes.
Yeah, didn't need that. Just die.
I don't really want to go that way.
I don't need the
He's the one who chose his body, though.
That's fair.
He wanted it
He
that
did
way.
do that.
Should have kept those organs more encased.
Should have kept those organs more. Oh my gosh. Oh. All right, favorite Star Wars death. What are y'all thinking?
I just think about the way that Windu cuts off Jango Fett's head. It's just
Yeah.
it's a good little throw.
effortless.
He really didn't spare him any
No.
anything. He's just like, all right, I'm gonna headshot. Gonna end it here. No trial or anything.
Favorite death.
Okay. I'm gonna say Hux, but only because it happened so quickly and I didn't see it coming, and I just love the fact that he was not, he was just he didn't care about anything at that point. I don't like the fact that he died. Like,
yeah,
I think he could have, it could have been fine if he didn't, but like, I don't know. Sure, we'll go with that. It's the first one that came to mind.
Yeah. I've got two.
Okay.
One, Snoke in The Last Jedi.
Yeah,
I thought that was. I wasn't I wasn't expecting it until I saw the lightsaber turning, and then finally,
like,
what happens. But also, do you guys remember the episode of the Clone Wars where Padme is kind of being held hostage? I forget by who. I forget the character's name. But then Anakin just comes up behind him and impales him through the chest with a lightsaber. And then somebody says something, and he's just like, what?
Yeah.
What's the big deal? It's like, I don't know, dude. You just like murdered a guy.
Yeah.
Right through the chest.
The Clone Wars does that so well, showing like Anakin's how he's not quite like. I mean, I guess he's like Mace Windu.
Right.
Yeah.
We're going.
Right. I always, when I see that moment, I'm just like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
There's another, maybe it's the one you're thinking of. Or maybe it just comes up again with Satine. Satine's being held hostage. And like, I don't remember. They're on a ship. Obi-Wan's there. And he threatened that he was going to blow up the ship. And Anakin comes up and just kills him. And Obi-Wan's like, what?
I think that could be the one. Yeah,
and
Anakin's
that's the
like,
one. What? He was going to blow up the ship.
Yeah. It's that one. Oh my goodness.
God. Yeah, it's like,
it's just like, what? Like, what did you think?
Like, he was bluffing. Like, obviously, he's not going to blow up the ship. But
Anakin's like, no, I took it personally.
And you did.
I took it personally, dude. And I dealt with the situation the only way I know how, and that's to kill him.
On that note, Anakin has a really satisfying death too, where like he's redeemed. You see his face, and like you see that it's just a man behind the mask, and it's kind of touching moment. So that's a pretty good.
That was a good death.
If he was gonna die, that's the way to do it.
Yeah, he died good.
Yep, he died good.
He died good. I mean, for a hero, Luke at the end of The Last Jedi, I feel like he went out the way a Jedi should, on his own terms, saving the galaxy. Good way to die. Meg, what about you?
Trying to lay down, and he's
he's
just kind of smooshed. He doesn't have a lot of control anymore.
Oh, puppy. It's kind of like me when I get home at 2 a.m. It's like wherever I land, that's where I'll be. So favorite Star Wars death?
Yeah, no.
And it could be like your favorite Star Wars death when a villain died and you were like, thank God. This guy is dead. Or it could be, you know, for a hero. You're like, don't like it, but I accept it.
I mean, Dooku's death was pretty. I want to use the word awesome. I mean, it's not, but also like in that moment, he like in his face, you see he's realizing like, oh, this is it. There's no way out of this. Yeah, I love that.
Yeah. I cannot believe that I guess because he, like, up to the very last second, he's like, surely not.
Yeah, it's like
because he doesn't like give away Sidious's identity or anything. Like you could say he's loyal to the end, but I think it's more like he's shocked to the end.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh.
Jabba the Hutt was the most satisfying for Carly.
That's a good one.
Yeah. I always hated when he's getting choked out. How his tongue is like going like that.
Oh God.
Yeah. Don't like that. Don't like that at all. Let's see. I feel like there's more and we're missing some.
Probably.
Spoiler for anybody who hasn't seen Rebels, but Canon. Thought Kanon's death was very good.
Yeah. I mean, it had to happen. You kind of knew that it was going to happen if you thought about like where the Jedi are in the original trilogy. Yeah, what I don't love, again, spoilers if you haven't seen Rebels, but I don't love that he like gets his sight back in the end.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't love that. I haven't really done like self-reflection on why I don't like that, but
I feel like it could be, and I don't know, I might be wrong, but I feel like anytime somebody does an act like that, or turns, I don't know, it's weird because, I kind of see your point now. I never thought of it that way. Mm-hmm. Because why would just doing that give him his sight back? It's not like he was turning from the dark side or anything. Mm-hmm. You know, when
it's kind of like
Solo
he's
comes back,
using the Force so much that it like heals his eyes. But I'm like, well, one, doesn't really make sense, and two, not every act needs to be rewarded. You know, like even if it's a heroic act, it can just end in death, and it can be a tragic death. Like it doesn't have to be like, oh, but he saw her at the last moment.
Right. Yeah, I never thought of it that way.
Yeah, I'm curious.
Emily, you're gonna have me like hating Yoda and now not liking Kanan's, the eye thing. It's great. I'm just questioning everything. But go ahead, Meg. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh no, now I want to know if like because I'm sure you're not the first or the only person that's like thought of this. I wonder if like anyone's ever asked like Dave Filoni if like what the reasoning behind that was. I'm sure it's somewhere. I'm telling myself I'm not going to look it up now, but I can't make any promises.
Yeah, and I'm sure Dave Filoni has a very like logical and
Yeah, I'm just curious at like what the explanation might be because like I've never gotten that either, and like I can't say that it's like bothered me too much, but like every time it comes up, I'm like, oh yeah, I hate that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's okay for there to be real consequences, and not that he did anything to really deserve his eyes being taken by Maul.
Yeah.
Right.
But it's okay for that to just be what happened, and like there's no way to recover from that because in the real world, there's really not any way to recover from that.
No.
And in Rogue One, Chirrut, like he uses the Force to see, like Toph uses earthbending to see. But
yes,
he never regains his eyesight, and also he's not a Jedi. But at the point where you're kind of pushing that, oh, if you're a good enough Jedi, you can like overcome these disabilities or something. It's kind of a weird message, I think.
Yeah, and I wonder if we'll see a character do that again. You know?
Yeah.
And who that would be.
Yeah.
Because that'd be kind of interesting, especially if there's like an explanation as to why that happens. Which I'm sure, as you guys said, I'm sure there is. But I want to switch from Star Wars for a second because I watched Avengers Endgame with the audio commentary that the Russo brothers did with the screenwriters.
Interesting.
And they mentioned a couple things that I was like, if that would have been in the movie, people would have been like, wait, what? There was talk of having Thanos show up. I think they said, I forgot at what point in the movie, looking for the stones and all that stuff, but he was going to show up with 2012 Captain America's severed head and just throw it at their feet. And I was like, sorry, wait. What?
What?
Yeah. And you figure that was like sort of playing off the opening scene where Thor cuts his head off. You know?
Yeah.
But I was just like, damn, glad you guys didn't go there.
Yeah.
I would love to be in a writing room like that just for one day. Like like a contest winner or something where they just bring in. I would love to be there for one day and just be like, okay, what if this? And just like write things on a whiteboard.
Yeah.
Like
and
what
just see
if
like how many
Thanos
ideas
shows
actually
up?
land.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Oh man.
I think that Endgame might have my favorite ending of any movie of all time. Like as a movie, I like Infinity War better. But every time we get to that last scene, I can't. It just it's so good. It's so good. And I like in the theater, I never saw it coming. And I just oh man, it was so satisfying.
Yeah.
Great
I
movie.
miss that theater experience so much.
Me too.
Yeah.
Like, and I think I know A Quiet Place 2 comes out this coming weekend on May 28th, I think. But I think I'm going to save my first like theatrical experience for Black Widow in July.
Yeah.
I want to hear the Marvel theme in the theater again. Like
we saw Demon Slayer for my birthday. It was
Oh,
our
yeah?
first time going back. It was really good, by the way. For any anime fans, it's like the best anime movie. It's also Japan's most like successful movie ever. Like it has beat the box office for Spirited Away and like
wow.
It's beaten all these crazy like what do you call limits? Oh, not awards, but records. World records. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Okay.
Records.
Anyway, while we were there was a preview for the Black Widow movie, which I hadn't seen the preview yet. And my husband kind of looks over at me, kind of like jokingly, and I'm there like, oh my god. And then by the end of it, I'm like tearing up.
Oh my gosh.
Like I didn't even know I wanted to see this movie this badly, but I'm like, I'm all in. And also just like the experience of being there with the music.
I swear that's going to be incredible.
I can't wait.
I can't wait. So staying on the topic of superheroes, have you guys like kept up with all the rumors surrounding Spider-Man No Way Home?
Only that potentially all the Spider-Men are coming together. That's all I know.
Meg, what about you? Have you kept up with
I
that
really haven't.
all?
No.
Okay.
No.
So apparently, and it makes sense because the movie comes out in December. Teaser trailer coming in June or July. You figure they'll attach that to Black Widow and show it there.
Yeah.
And this is kind of like old news in a way. But the movie's going to pick up, again, rumors. But it was said by Alfred Molina, who played Doc Ock in Spider-Man 2 with Tobey Maguire. So I figure he would know. But the movie's going to take place right after the events of Spider-Man 2 with Tobey Maguire, where it's him in the water. Wow. So that's how the multiverse is going to play into it. And apparently the opening scene is a courtroom scene with Matt Murdock's Daredevil, but played by Charlie Cox from the Netflix show.
Oh,
defending Peter.
Interesting.
In court, and I think they've said Willem Dafoe is back as Green Goblin from Spider-Man. Like, they're bringing everybody in.
Oh my god,
and I'm so freaking excited.
I'm fine.
And the thing I always tell my dad is, I'm like, you want to get the best crowd reaction since Cap getting Thor's hammer in Endgame. You throw in a scene where Tobey Maguire shows up and you play Danny Elfman's Spider-Man theme from Spider-Man, that place will go bonkers. I'll cry because that's the first superhero movie I ever saw in the theater. I will lose my mind. And that's my favorite superhero in, period. So
yeah, like I'm not super big on superheroes, and like I'll watch the Marvel movies, but I always enjoy the Spider-Man movies.
Those are my favorite.
They're so good.
And it's funny when you watch it now, you're like, oh my god, that you could tell that was filmed in like the early 2000s. It's just so funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was reading rumors and I'm like, that movie is gonna be something else.
Yeah.
But also, it's again the second year where we don't have a Star Wars movie coming out in December. We got a show coming out with the Book of Boba Fett, but we don't have a theatrical release. Do you? Here's a question that I don't know if anybody. Well, I'm sure people have asked it, but would you guys like it if they released either like a series premiere and or a series finale in the theater for like a Disney Plus show?
Oh yeah, I wanted them to do that with Clone Wars because it's such a theatrical arc. That last arc, I think it would have been great. I think it. Okay, I don't know why it didn't win. It wasn't even nominated for like any Emmys, and that's just crazy to me. I feel like if maybe it had been released in theaters, maybe it would have gotten more attention because I think it totally deserved something.
Yeah.
It was it was incredible.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm fine with that. And I think I would prefer that and give them more time per movie than having a movie like every year. David, I think you froze a little.
I did freeze. Good.
To give them the opportunity to still bring in box office money, but also like take their time with the films.
Yeah.
Right. Meg, what about you? What do you think?
I think if they're gonna do that, like if it was ever something they would consider, like now would be the time because like what other way are you gonna, like, of course people want to go back to the theater, but like there's just something about the idea of like offering something that really hasn't been done before that makes it like extra intriguing. Like even for someone like me who like, I like going to movies, but like I will only go for like Star Wars and Marvel. Like I don't, I'm not a huge, like, I don't love going to movies, but I will go for certain things. But if you do something like release like an episode of a show like that, or like a finale, or like do like some kind of marathon thing where like you show an entire half of a season and then you do the premiere or whatever. I think that'd be pretty cool. I would try it once if they did it, just to see like what the experience is like. But because like we're so used to like watching these shows like by ourselves for the most part, like, you know, I'm here for like all the reactions afterwards on Twitter and stuff, but like I wake up every Friday morning and it's just me watching The Bad Batch. Like being in a room full of people doing that, like I wonder how that would change the experience. I'm curious.
And I know they released, it must have been like a couple of years ago, they released the season premiere of The Walking Dead in the theater. And I was like, I wish other shows would do that, because I feel like you would get a lot of people to go. Like a lot of the you know, hardcore fans would go and see it, pay the extra money. And like Carly said, like imagine seeing that in a packed theater.
Yeah, that would have been really cool.
Like, I mean, the reaction would have been absolutely incredible. And with even with, you know, WandaVision, Falcon and the Winter Soldier, now Loki coming out, I feel like they could use that just to give people, especially going back into, you know, regular releases in the theater. I feel like showing those alongside, you know, 2-hour-long movies just gives people more options. You know, and I feel like it gets people more. Maybe those that don't have Disney Plus are like, well, you know, maybe I should. You know, this looks really good on the big screen. Maybe I'll want to invest, you know, whatever it is now. Like, what's the price? Like $10, $9 a month? I forget. I know they raised it a little bit. But yeah,
well,
I don't know.
and I know I saw the Downton Abbey movie in theaters with Carly just a few years ago when it came out, and seeing it in the theater, a show that you've only seen like on your own personal TV,
right,
with a group of people. It was the same with Demon Slayer too. Like that, it was kind of the season finale of the first season. So everyone in the theater watched the same show that you did and loved it. And it's just so special. One, to see it on the big screen, but also to be in the room of other fans. And I think now with the streaming services, I feel like we watch like collectively more of the same shows than we used to with like cable and all the, you know, because with cable you had all the different channels, and like it's hard to sync up like what all of America was watching. But now with like Netflix and the trending thing, it's really easy to see, oh, like most of America is watching this show.
Right.
Like with Game of Thrones, I wouldn't have normally watched it, but everyone was watching it. So a Game of Thrones movie would have been, I mean, they might still do that, I don't know, but that would be really cool.
That would be very cool. I'd go see it.
Yeah, I definitely would.
And I also think we've not that we've forgotten, but we've missed what that feels like. You know, seeing a movie with a packed crowd. Even today I was watching the NBA playoffs, and you're like, you forget how much a crowd affects, you know, the experience of a game, of a movie, of, you know, a concert, whatever the case may be. It's just different. And I feel like that's something that they could really capitalize off of. But
and I'm sorry I keep bringing this up, but with the Demon Slayer movie, I feel like that is part of why it's been so successful, because like Japan was locked down and like the first season came out during the pandemic, and then like things started opening back up. So literally all of Japan went to see this movie.
Right.
Wow.
And other shows like could capitalize on that too. Like it was obviously a successful marketing tactic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not so good in terms of like the pandemic and not catching it.
Mhm.
But for box office revenue, it was great.
Yeah. There you go. Well, something that to bring it back to Star Wars, and we'll talk about this on Wednesday, but just to give a little preview, Rangers of the New Republic is no longer in active development. Now, there are probably a couple theories out there as to why. The one that's probably, in my opinion, the most accurate is that it's probably surrounding Cara Dune, and obviously Gina Carano is no longer affiliated with Lucasfilm and no longer in that role. Mm-hmm. So, do you guys think they should move forward with it and just bring in a new ensemble cast or new character to set it around, or just say, you know what, we can revisit this at a later time? What do you guys think?
I think they have enough on their plate right now that I'm totally fine with it being at the back of their list and like giving themselves space to think more about it and to kind of gauge the reaction of the shows that they do have in development. Because I would much rather like those shows be focused on and be good than them spread themselves too thin.
This is probably the one out of all those announcements we got that I was like, that I cared about the least. Like I was excited for all of it, but like this one is definitely at the bottom of my list. When all those shows were announced at once at whatever presentation that was, I don't remember. I always approached it with the understanding that like not all of those projects might actually happen. Because like it's a lot, they announced a lot of things, and like I would love for all of those things to become things that we can all see. I just always thought that like maybe there might be one or two that just like for whatever reason they just never happen, or they get delayed, or they get put to the side for now.
Yeah.
So it would make total sense to me if this one just didn't happen right now or ever. But I like Cara Dune as a character. I wouldn't be upset if they just recast the character. If that's what they need to do for their story, or if they're doing that now so that they can do that and put time and effort into doing that the right way. I don't know. I feel like on like shows, like recasting happens, and like it's not always a huge deal. Maybe not so much now. Maybe it used to be more common of a thing before. But like, why not? I mean, and there's also an argument for like why that shouldn't happen, and that's fine too. It's whatever for me. Like if the show doesn't happen, that's okay. There is a lot going on, and like Emily said, I'd rather them put all their resources into making the really good shows that are more likely to happen.
Yeah, but I agree.
Since the show hasn't started, I think it is a good opportunity to, instead of recasting, well, I guess you could recast for Mandalorian, but to just bring in a new character.
Yeah,
I think it is not done as much these days with recasting. It's almost like actors are so tied to the rules now that it would be like taken personally, not necessarily by the actor, but by the fans. Like if they did recast it, I think it would maybe cause some upset more so than if they just brought in a different character and said this was the plan all along.
Right. It's and the cool thing about that is that they have a period of time where they can really do whatever they want with a story like that, and they have characters that haven't really been touched in that time period that they could also flesh out even more.
Mm-hmm.
And I, in my opinion, I think like Iden Versio would be great to have in that role. Hera, obviously, she's doing a lot at this time. And a couple more Battlefront characters. I mean, it's a chance for them in a show like that to make characters that are either in the video games and the books or something that's not front and center, give them something to do. Like, let people know that these characters count, that they're around, and they are instrumental in what, the New Republic is trying to do at that time.
Yes.
Because when you're just sticking to the same people all the time, you're kind of just like, all right, but I know there are others. There have to be others, And it also gives them a chance to be able to say, okay, just because you haven't seen these people doesn't mean that they died. Because that's always the thing we run into is, we don't see Jin, Cassian, and Siri. I'm not talking to you. We're always like, perfect time. I'm making a really good point. And then Siri has to come in and mess it up. Luckily, I still remember what I was going to say. I'll just keep this hand over here so I don't touch it. But it gives them a chance to, bring in characters that don't have to die, because when we saw Rogue One, you're like, all right, where's Jin? Where's Cassian? Where are all these people? Yeah, well, they had to die. Great. Of course they did. Where's Kanan? Dead. Where's Ezra? Somewhere in space.
Who knows?
Where is I mean, at this point, Cal Kestis, who knows? Probably dead too.
Do you think that they, like, especially with Phasma's death, do you think they, like, specifically do that and like just like make people get sucked out of things and not show the body, so that they have a door to bring them back if like a story, or if it's like a Boba Fett thing where they just like become really popular for who knows what reason?
I'm gonna say yes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say yes, because like the only one that is an exception to that rule really is Han. Because we didn't see his body, but we know the guy is, dead.
Oh yeah.
Like,
you see the wound.
Yeah, you see the wound. You're not coming back. If Qui-Gon didn't come back from that, you're not coming back from that.
No,
right.
Like, sorry. But yeah, like, I still, just because I am a prequel kid, I hold out hope for one day Mace Windu is still out there, and he survived that fall.
Yeah. Well, and that's the one, especially recently, that I've seen so much talk about it, like this past year, that maybe I can see if enough people start talking about it on Twitter and start theorizing that they will bring him back, even if that wasn't the intention originally.
I hope you're right.
Yeah.
Because I want nothing more than for Samuel Jackson to put on those Jedi robes one more time.
Right.
And give us something.
The only thing, though, is you still have to, like, if you bring him back, you still have to kill him.
Oh, yeah. He's
because
dead.
that's in the Schrodinger's cat box.
Yeah.
Like, he's more dead than not dead, I think, is the consensus.
Yes.
Like, it's understood that he is more dead than not dead. So if you bring him back, then you still have to make sure that he's dead by the end. Yeah.
We're bringing him back basically just to kill him.
Right.
But kill him in a better finite way.
Exactly.
Who kills him, though?
Ooh.
It's going to be Boba.
Yeah.
Right?
There you go.
It's going to be Boba.
Yeah.
Complete that arc.
Boba would have to outsmart him in such a way.
Wouldn't be hard.
I think you just get him so mad. Like say things that trigger him.
Yep.
Like tell Mace Windu, damn, you were right there. You could have killed Palpatine, and Anakin just came and cut your arm off.
He would have succeeded in the Clone Wars. Like Mace Windu would have died had it not been for R2.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was all R2, and it was really not R2's loyalty to Mace, because Mace was not a nice person to him, but it was R2's loyalty to Anakin that saved Mace's life.
I think here's a funny thing, if droids were synonymous with their, owners or whatever you want to call them, best friends, and if the moment Anakin turned, R2 also turned, he would take the first chance to kill so many people.
Oh my God.
Like put the little, taser that he has, put that thing in kill mode, he'd have a bigger body count, I think, than Anakin.
Probably. Yeah. He already has such spunk.
Because he's quiet. He can be quiet.
Yeah.
And he could go into, any and just zap him, and that's it.
Yep. Never seen
silent assassin, I'm telling you.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, now I kind of want to see R2 lose his mind. Like a what if story. R2 and Chopper just go off the deep end.
Yeah. Oh, they would be the best.
Can you imagine?
I need this as a bonus comic.
R2, Chopper. Okay.
BB-8's
oh my
too
God.
Sweet. BB-8 wouldn't join. He'd be like, guys.
Here we go. Create your this is way too long. But fine. Create your Suicide Squad.
Yeah. K2 would be in there too.
Yes, of course.
L3 too.
Yeah.
That's a great pick.
L3 would go around wanting to actually liberate. That's where the mission comes from, and the rest of them are all all right, we're gonna kill people while we're here.
We're gonna kill people. Oh geez. What's the one from Aftermath? Bones.
Mr. Bones.
Mr. Bones. He would kill. I think he would kill the droids at the end too.
Yep, for sure.
I think he would want to be the last one standing.
Yep.
I think he wants this is a means to an end for him. I'll join your crew, but you're all dead in the end. I feel like he's that kind of guy.
Yep.
I mean, it would fit the Suicide Squad name, I guess.
The most deceptive droid, BB-8.
I don't know. I think he's too sweet.
That's what I mean. Deceptively sweet. He would use those ropes that he hangs onto things. He would choke everybody out.
Oh no.
He would choke everybody out.
I could see if someone kills Poe, I can see BB-8 turning to the dark side.
Why are you hurting me?
But only then, because he's such a he's so pure. It would have to be a darkness that overwhelms his purity.
If BB-8 turns like that, he has to turn the way Anakin reacts to Shmi's death in Attack. I have to see BB-8 visibly shake and then lift his head, and then it's that music.
Yep.
And he just rolls at somebody. And
Give
just takes
me my
him out.
ropes.
Give me my ropes.
Oh my God.
We had to make this happen. It's too good. It's way too good.
Revenge of the Droids, yes.
Revenge of the Droids. Oh, jeez. I feel like there's... Oh, you know who's probably a really disgruntled droid that wants some, You know that droid that was getting its like feet burned in Return of the Jedi?
Yeah.
If he's still alive. If he's still alive.
He was never alive.
If he was still alive. I would select that droid and be like, you just go for it. Just kill them all.
Man.
Just do it.
You know, with Solo, like they've really set the seeds for like a droid uprising.
Oh yeah.
Like it's there. It wouldn't be hard to make it happen.
No.
It would upset the rest of the story so much that I think it would have to be like a bonus, like a vision story. But
yeah,
we kind of need to see it, I think, because the droids have shown enough sentience that having them be, for lack of a better word, like slaves to the rest of the galaxy.
Yeah.
It's kind of an ethical, like they haven't reached an AI level of maybe being people, but it's close. Like it's in the middle ground. A few more like thousands of years in that would be a cool story. Star Wars in the future, still in the past from us, but the future from Star Wars, where the droids have advanced enough that they're actually like people.
Whoa.
Oh God.
Like maybe like an ex machina kind of thing.
I want this.
Oh.
Can we have this, please?
Because like right now, it's like they're the pets right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Eventually, they're going to get to the people, like type of intelligence and personality.
That's like a nightmare.
And then there's going to be like, I feel like L3 is the precursor. And she realizes what's going on, and she's like, "Guys, we gotta stop this. We gotta liberate these droids." She's gonna be like their figurehead, where you look back on history and be like, "That person had it figured out 100 years ago."
Oh my God.
Yeah, I just had like a really just frightening thought. Can you imagine if?
No, David, you froze.
Droid deep, tons of droids. Did I freeze? Did I freeze on a weird face?
No, it was. Can you imagine?
Oh, left you on a cliffhanger.
Yeah.
Okay. So, like somebody who owns droids, like let's say 6 of them. Treats him real badly, and then one day the droids are like, you know what? Fuck it. I've had enough. He is dying tonight. Like dead. Killed. Done. And then, like, just imagine the way this would look in a scene. You get the 6 droids surrounding this man as he's sleeping. And they're just like looming over him like that. And he just wakes up. And it's just like in a dimly lit room, and you just see 6 droids just looking at him. Tell me you wouldn't be scared out of your mind if you woke up and saw that.
You know, this is making me think, though, that with the conversation we had about the Sith being like anti-nature and more about technology, a Sith droid that's like more like cyborg in the future of in this weird future of Star Wars in my mind. I think that could be a really cool story.
We need this.
Yeah.
If this is not what the Acolyte is about, I'm gonna be upset.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna be upset. Oh man, I still can't get over that.
No, I'll never forget it.
Like, and if one of the whatever Chopper's droid make is, it's just like standing over you with the hands just going like that, and like staring at you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah. That's scary.
Yep. Yeah, I need a Sith cyborg droid story where they go around and like liberate and kill the masters.
Kill the masters. Yeah, so guys, if y'all have a if y'all live in a 2-story house and you go downstairs tonight to get a drink of water, just remember as you're walking back upstairs and it's dark, droids are chasing you up the stairs.
Oh, God.
So run extra fast. Because we all do that. Nobody in this world can tell me that when you leave your kitchen, you're not running back to your room. Sorry. As a 25-year-old man, I still do this.
I did it last night.
Thank you. Thank you.
I just have to point out that all the pieces are there. We have like skin that can cover like prosthetics.
Yes.
It would not be hard to have an Ex Machina story here.
It wouldn't. It would not. Not at all. And with how human some of the voices sound.
Yep.
It's only a matter of time.
It really is.
Lucasfilm, what are you doing?
The droids are going to take over. Maybe that's what their galaxy is like now. Like if our present time went, it would all just be droids walking around as people.
All the droids are bartenders now?
They're just partying.
They're just partying.
Like, we made it, guys. We defeated the Empire.
HK47, K2SO, and L3 get their own show.
Yep.
That would be super chaotic.
And they would like live forever.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Oh.
God, HK47. That guy's. For those who played Knights of the Old Republic, that droid is it's quite the character. Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I already forgot what got us to this point.
I don't know. But I'm stuck on it now.
I couldn't tell you where we were going.
Then again, it is a happy hour, so that's kind of to be expected. Yeah. Oh, we've talked a lot about death today. I don't know why, but sorry for y'all who have been listening and who are going to listen. This was not planned. All right, let's just stay on the theme. Why not?
Why not?
We got 32 minutes left.
Most unsatisfying death.
Unsatisfying death. Okay.
Yeah.
Unsatisfying death.
Probably Boba Fett. Although I guess he didn't really die.
Right.
Which means to satisfy what I said earlier, that he has to die during, I guess, the book of Boba Fett.
Oh.
Because when we last saw him in episode 6, like he was presumed dead.
Right.
And I don't think they would bring him back to let him live.
So you think they're gonna kill him?
Oh yeah.
How long do you give them before they do that?
Well, it has to be the end of the show.
Okay.
Because the show is named after him.
Right.
Season finale. Or show finale.
Yeah. Apparently crew merch has been making its way through Twitter where it says the Book of Boba Fett season 1. So if it's a multiple season show, it's gonna get a little interesting. But yeah, most unsatisfying death. Yeah, Boba's a good pick.
Yeah, also Tarkin, who it happens off, like you never see him really.
Yeah. I mean, he's dead, but
he's dead.
Like he's so dead.
No way.
Super dead.
Like he is
he's dead.
Reduced to nothing. I was gonna say this I don't know if people think it's controversial or whatever, but Palpatine in episode 9.
No, I agree. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like you did the same thing in Revenge of the Sith, you just didn't do it long enough. It's really all it was. I guess if Mace would have said, Anakin, give me your lightsaber. I need 2 to do this.
Yeah.
Could he have killed him then? Or is it just like what is it? What made this time different?
I have blocked
Is it because of Rey? Because if it's Rey, then clearly she's the only one. But I don't know. It's just like they just did the same thing again. It's the lightning shooting back, and I'm like,
yep, brought him back to kill him, right?
Yeah, Yeah.
Yep.
I heard somewhere, and I don't know if this was like real at any point, but I heard, and obviously, guys, you hear it on the internet. It's true. But I heard that George Lucas had an idea where Maul was going to be the or a villain in the sequel trilogy. Which, I mean, it would be cool to see Maul in like this time with everything going on, but how that would have played out, I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my pick, Palpatine in 9. Just didn't really do it for me.
Yeah.
I would have expected something a little more. Just more like
by how cool Snoke's death was, you would have thought
that
Palps would have gone out with more of a bang.
Honestly, I would have even liked it if Rey picked him up and threw him down the cavern, opening. Or if Ben and if Ben and Rey just said, "This guy's old as shit. We can take him."
Yep.
And they both picked him up,
and
they did a couple wrestling moves and then threw him down. That would have been cool. I would have really liked that. And they give like a one-liner, like a 90s action movie. I don't know what they would have said, but
you know what have been really cool is if Yoda had pulled his weight and killed him in episode 3.
You mean instead of retreating like a little
instead of eating himself out of there? He's like, "Oh, this is taking too long. I gotta go. I'm not gonna try this again."
Speaking of Yoda in episode 3, when his nails scratch on the thing when he falls,
I
always feel kind of bad for him, and I
mean,
you're like, who gives a shit?
I like the sound effect.
I like the sound effect of this old man's nails just scraping the side of the thing he's clinging on to save his life. I love the sound of it. It sounds great.
It does. It really does. Meg, what were you gonna say for your disappointing death?
I am thinking still. Oh God. I am thinking. Continue on. I will continue thinking.
Disappointing death.
Oh, Ayla Secura.
Oh yeah,
she
didn't.
She really just.
Yeah, she just falls. She gets shot in the back and falls. But also the most gruesome death scene.
Yeah, they
just kept on shooting.
Yeah, they really did.
Like guys, you good? You got her. You're right there.
She's dead.
You don't need to continue.
Kit Fisto, he deserved better too.
Oh yeah, all of them.
Yeah.
Also, that's such an annoying yell that Palpatine does.
Yeah.
I don't even know what it is.
I get that you want to show how powerful Palps is. And there's only so much that the physical actor can do.
Yes.
Still.
Yeah, it's
like cut it in a way where it was a little more exciting.
Yeah. Because when you watch it, I've heard that the novel is better with the way it describes that scene where he moves so fast that nobody even knows what's going on, and he does it so quick. But in the movie, you're like, you could defend yourself. Just hold the lightsaber like this. You could have blocked a couple things.
I could have.
But it's just like, oh. All right. I guess we got to kill a couple of you to get to the Mason and Pops fight. But I don't know. I feel like there's one that I'm missing.
I've gone through all the movies in my head. I've gone through all of Rebels. I can't say anything bad about that show, so forget that. Now I'm on Clone Wars trying to think of just one.
Oh, yeah.
Unsatisfying. Oh, I got a real satisfying one from Rebels.
Go for it.
You know that Inquisitor with the helicopter lightsaber that he tries to fly away and then it breaks and he just falls.
I thought
Super
about that
satisfying.
one. Yep, that one. I thought, yeah.
Because if there's anything that I like a lot of Star Wars stuff, but if there's something I don't like, it's the helicopter lightsabers.
Yeah.
Like, how can you fly? How can that make you fly?
How dare you?
Doesn't make sense.
What did you guys think
Faking in
about
space.
Maul's death in Rebels?
I loved it.
So good.
I love it. Are we going? Oh God, is this another controversial opinion?
It's not my opinion. It's my husband's opinion.
Okay.
He hates it.
Hates it.
Hates it.
More than
Hates it. And like it has turned him against Maul, who he once loved as like a character. He thinks that Rebels ruined his character.
No.
Damn, shots fired.
But why?
Right? He thinks that it was such like an unsatisfying fight, I guess, and that they dragged his character on so long that for that to be the end. I don't know. I'll have to ask him after this to like get his word, but
I mean,
I can see. Okay, I think you have to watch the fight in slow motion.
Yes.
And compare it to Qui-Gon's death.
Yes.
Because he
100%
goes for the headshot, how he killed Qui-Gon by hitting him in the head first.
Yes.
And Obi-Wan's like, nope, I know this. And then, so it like, if you know that, I think it's really satisfying. Yeah. And then the way he like cradles him because they've been so wrapped up in each other and he killed Satine and like.
Yeah.
So like, I get it. I can also see how it was such a short fight for it to like to bring Maul back through all of Clone Wars and Rebels for it to end so quickly. I can see how that might have been unsatisfying to some.
Yeah. You know, I don't like it. I don't agree with it. But I accept it. In the words of Lando. Yeah, it's one of those where as a fan, you're just like, you're not expecting it because you know it just wouldn't make sense with the way we see Obi-Wan in episode 4. But you're like, man, I want these guys to have like a Duel of the Fates style rematch in the desert. And but you also know like, no, that can't happen.
Yeah. Right.
And it is just a quintessential samurai style fight, like 3 moves and that's it. It's over. And I thought, you know, it was, once you look at it, as you were saying, in slow motion, you dissect the scene and you're like, oh my God, he's changing his stance because of the way, you know, Maul is about to attack. And then it just adds to it.
Right. It's a real testament to how good Obi-Wan is, especially like compared to what he was as a Padawan. Like, he's just that good now. And but cinematically, like, it's not a real flashy fight.
Right. It kind of makes sense, you know, with the way we see him in episode 4. Yeah. Like it's the, you know, slow, just keeping the person in front of you and, you know, not doing any crazy flips, which obviously the reason they didn't do that was because it's 1977. Alec Guinness is, you know, in his 50s or 60s. And
and they hadn't set a precedent.
Right. Right.
Like they can do anything.
To just bring it to reality. That's why it was like
right. Crusade Plo Koon, yeah, poor Plo.
Yeah.
It's sad that we like never got any last words from him, or like, because he, like in Clone Wars especially, I feel like he's like very wise, and I don't even know if he knew that he was shot down by his own men at the end. And also, I would have liked to see his face.
Yeah.
Maybe that would have been too.
Cry.
Anakin, what?
I'm gonna make Elle cry.
Why?
Can you imagine if his ship would have landed somewhere where Ahsoka would have been?
Stop.
And she finds him.
Stop it.
And opens the ship.
Stop.
And like he's not dead yet, but he dies in her arms. And then she, you know, continues on.
Well, and the thing is, like, if he had been shot down in space, he probably could have survived because
I don't know why a lot of these guys didn't hit the eject button. If you felt it, hit the eject button. I mean, granted, you'll probably still get shot out of the sky, but you know, at least you give yourself a little more time. Maybe do like a flip onto somebody else's ship, and Jedi mind trick them into telling everybody that you were killed. I don't know. But yeah, Ahsoka and Plo Koon would have been a nice little reunion.
It really would have been. Yeah. Let's talk about the Jedi mind trick.
Oh no.
Oh my god.
What are your thoughts? From an ethical perspective.
From an ethical perspective. I mean, if it was something I could use. Oh wait, I froze.
No, you're back.
If it was something I could use, like in a work meeting, I would use it all the time. Because I'd be like, the meeting is over. And they'll be like, that meeting is over. Done. Or I will get $100 pay raise. Good. $100 pay raise. There you go, David. I would use it very selfishly.
David has no morals.
None whatsoever. So, in that sense, all for it. But in the case of Star Wars, it's a little overused.
Okay.
Not overused in terms of like the amount of times it's used, just like for a Jedi, it seems like anytime they're in a bind, that's just like the low-hanging fruit to be like, all right, let's get out of this situation. You know? I'm just like, I don't know.
I mean,
I don't hate it, but it's not my favorite.
I like its usage in A New Hope for obvious reasons, because it's like specifically there to show you like what Obi-Wan's powers are and like how he's different and whatever. I agree that like sometimes it feels like they're using it just because they can. I feel like if you're gonna use it for like good reasons, sure, but like I don't know. I mean, if it were me, I can't promise that I wouldn't use it for my own benefit sometimes, but I mean, I'm just being honest.
Always.
I will say I like the way that it's done. I like that it does seem to be a difficult skill to grasp. Like it's kind of Obi-Wan's thing. And we see Qui-Gon do it too. So like he learned it from Qui-Gon. We see Ahsoka like struggle to do it. But like eventually she gets it. I don't know if we ever see Anakin do it. Maybe in Clone Wars, but like it's not his thing.
I think, yeah.
I like that it's almost like it has to be taught, except for Rey. But I really like that scene with Rey too.
Oh yeah, me too.
Like, even though it doesn't really, if she had been a Kenobi, it would have made sense. Anyway, we're not going that route. So I like the way that it's done, but they really make it seem like it's okay to brainwash people.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it's kind of like the Jedi has a lot of problems, and that is the most like blatant, like, like sign that there are deeper problems when they're just like, yeah, that's cool. Just like make them think what you want them to think.
Yeah.
It's kind of like how they brainwash children to become Jedi.
Oh no.
I feel like I would like it more if it didn't work as often.
Yeah.
Like the scene, there's a scene in Rebels where Ezra's trying to do it to a stormtrooper and it doesn't work either time. And Canon has to bail him out, and he's like, really, dude?
Yeah.
You're not there yet.
Right.
You know.
Yeah. Well, and it's like they get away with it story-wise by saying it only works on the weak-minded. Like it's the weak-minded's fault that they're tricked, which is
does have some ethical, right?
Some
ethical issues there.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So because somebody's dumb, they deserve to have their like.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. Good
Not
point.
a great message.
Not a great message. Then again, they really make the point that the dumb characters in Star Wars are often the villains of the story. So,
but I think that's a problem with storytelling. Like, just because you're dumb doesn't mean you're a villain.
Right,
You see that with Harry Potter too. Like, all the villains are fat and ugly. Like, just because you're fat and ugly doesn't mean you're like Satan.
Yeah.
And I think like there needs to be some change in the way that we like characterize villains.
Yeah. Well, I mean, let's see. I mean, Dryden Voss wasn't an ugly guy. He's a good-looking guy.
Except for his scars all down his face.
Some may find that attractive in a way.
They didn't go out of their way to make him attractive.
No,
like, he's already an attractive actor. They tried to make him less attractive.
Yeah. Yeah. Trying to think. There's got to be another example. Oh, I mean, Gar Saxon, not a bad-looking guy. A little psycho.
Just a little psycho.
Just a little psycho. I'm sure there are others.
Okay. You keep thinking. I'm going to read. Boba Fett versus Stormtroopers. Yeah.
Yeah,
that
very good
was
scene.
a very good scene. Obi-Wan might have changed that man's life, or he'll just wake up in his apartment and be like, I didn't get paid today. I can't eat because I didn't sell any death sticks and now I don't have any money.
See, Carly knows where I'm going with this.
But they like wear helmets all the time to like dehumanize them. You see that with a lot of the villains.
Yeah. I mean, for like apparently 100% of Twitter, Kylo Ren, Ben Solo, not a bad looking guy. Even as Kylo Ren, even with the scars, not a bad. You know, bare chested, not a bad looking guy.
David making the case for Kylo Ren.
And you know, never mind, good guy. Never mind. I was gonna say, but that's quintessential. You know, depiction of a hero that's in the closet right there on the top shelf.
Right.
Bare-chested Qui-Gon.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That's the quintessential. You know, that's your template for a hero.
Mm.
You know.
Okay.
But guys, don't know where I'm going with this.
If you can think of a Star Wars villain that is attractive, or like not ugly, deformed, or wearing a mask all the time.
Before he turned good, Agent Callus, good-looking guy.
Oh.
Yeah.
Facial hair needs work, but good-looking guy.
There you go.
You're right about that one.
I'm telling you.
I'd say so.
Oh, Meg disagrees.
No, that was me agreeing.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say.
I don't know what
facial expressions
I don't know
so
what face I
elusive.
was making. Oh my god, I don't know what just happened.
This conversation just went somewhere, and I just, you know, who knows? Who knows? Who knows? But Maul, Carly says. Now, are we talking Phantom Menace Maul or
right?
Or
we have to talk
Rebels
Phantom Menace Maul because that was his original, like, you know, how he came into the thing. Like, that was where the character originated. So
that's fair. I mean, he's not deformed.
He's not deformed, but he has like rotting teeth, and like he's
got a nice smile.
They make him look like our idea of Satan.
I mean,
don't get me wrong. I think he looks really cool, but he definitely isn't like attractive. Like, he's not hot.
This is where the show's gone. This is where the show's gone. Oh, this is great.
Am I wrong?
I don't know. Tell us in the comments. Is Emily wrong? Is Darth Maul not hot? You're never going to get a villain that looks like that. Oh, that's the best comment of the night. That is the best comment. I'm leaving that up. That's funny. That's really funny.
Like, maybe Tarkin.
Wait.
I mean, like, he's old.
You're not going to tell me right now. No. You're not going to tell me right now that you're going to pick Tarkin over Maul. You can't be serious. You can't be. Oh my god.
In terms of like hotness.
Well, yeah. After he got blown up, he's pretty damn hot.
You can tell, like, that Tarkin was hot when he was younger. He has those piercing blue eyes, that like his bone structure. Of all, this is where we're at though. Of all the villains, like, he's probably the most hot.
Out of all the villains, Peter Cushing in his 60s is the most hot. Poor Hux passed over for Tarkin and Maul. You got a point. Oh my god.
Hux wasn't really a villain though, right? He was redeemed. He doesn't count.
I have to. This has to be brought up the next time everybody's here.
Okay.
Because oh my goodness. That's gonna. Oh my god, this is the topic for Friday's show. This is the topic. I am not taking no for an answer. This is the one for next Friday.
I'm curious to know what everyone else thinks about it.
Oh my god.
My god.
Right, Carly. No, but that was when he was a good guy. As soon as he turns evil,
pre-volcano is.
As soon as he turns evil, deformed. He can't be hot anymore, according to Star Wars.
I mean, well, Thrawn, good-looking guy.
Yeah.
Finally.
Yeah, Thrawn is pretty hot.
But
some would argue he's not a villain. Like, if Hannah was here. I think she has a whole rant about how he's not a villain.
Oh, yeah. She does.
She does, but if we're going based off of without the books, just Rebels.
Yeah.
He's the villain.
Yeah. All right. Villain. I'll give you that one.
He's the antagonist. Let's just say he's the antagonist.
Yeah.
Good looking guy.
Yeah.
And There are other people in this show. Why am I forgetting people?
Count Dooku.
Oh yeah, he is.
He's fine, but when I look at him, I don't think you were once a beautiful man.
He's fine.
I feel like in his whole life he was 65.
Yeah, I mean, like he probably was, but when I look at Tarkin, I can think you were once a beautiful man. What happened? I mean, like age happened.
What happened?
Aggressive aging, yeah.
But Count Dooku, I'm just like, you were always like this, right? Like I can't, my mind can't go there.
That's the last 20 minutes of this show have been just incredible.
This is what happens when you give Emily wine. Just like let her go.
Oh no.
It's great. Yeah, Friday's topic. Hottest villain in Star Wars.
Oh my god.
Can only pick one.
Yeah.
And
with the underlying message that just because you're old and ugly doesn't make you a villain. Because that's the important part.
Right. Now, question. Is your pick gonna be Tarkin? Still.
Well, first we have to talk to Hannah about Thrawn
Mm-hmm.
and rule him out probably at the beginning, because I think that's a good counterpoint.
Okay.
But I don't know, maybe. I'll have to think more about it.
Oh. Freaking this character right here. Trilla from Jedi Fallen Order.
I don't think
She's attractive. She's an Inquisitor.
All right. I'll look
telling you.
into it. Look into it.
We got people. We got people. There are plenty to pick from. Let me see.
But we can also go with like ugly protagonists. Do we have
Ugly protagonists?
Do we have ugly protagonists?
Well, I mean, Akbar.
Oh.
Guy's a fish.
Okay, but they get away with it with the irony. He's a fish in space.
Named a Mon Calamari.
Right?
I still can't get over how they thought that was a good idea.
Oh.
A bad-looking protagonist.
Yeah, and like not to be offensive to anyone. It's really just to open up the discussion, like that this is a problem. Like every time we watch A New Hope and Porkins is on the screen, like if you're watching it with a group of people, someone's gonna point out
his name.
Porkins is a bigger character.
Yeah.
His name is Porkins. Haha, isn't that funny?
Yeah.
I'm like,
No, I mean you got me stumped here.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
Yeah, I got nothing.
Nope.
I got nothing.
until next time.
Until next time. Way to end it there. All right. So what we learned tonight is that you're never gonna get a villain that looks like Jesus. So remember that.
Yep. Only Obi-Wan.
Only Obi-Wan. Only one. But thank you guys for hanging out with us tonight. It was a lot of fun. The last half hour was something. So make sure to look out for next Friday's recording, because that's going to be a time, I can tell you. And if you want to watch that happen live, become a patron for just $1. You can watch that live Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern. We've got a new Words Between Worlds coming out tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern. Wednesday night, we've got the live news show from 8 to 9. And a new Your Star Wars Journey episode next Friday. And make sure to check out our TeePublic store because we've got a couple of Bad Batch designs up there along with all our other stuff, which is pretty cool. So thank you guys. And we challenge you. Hottest villain. Not hottest protagonist. So
Pierce is a good one. Yeah,
Pierce is a good one.
I had to look him up to remember, but it's a good one.
Good one. Alrighty, guys. Until next time, may the Force be with you always.